Hello, my name is Rob Reynolds, and this is College Algebra Section 2.4. Student asked me about section question number 4, where we're actually going to have to complete the square with a leading coefficient, which I don't believe I've shown you yet. So again, we're going to group the x terms together, and we cannot take half of the middle term because we have a leading coefficient, and the leading coefficient is not a 1. So I'm going to have to factor out a 6 from this before I take half the middle term and square it. This complicates things a little bit because the number that I'm going to have to add to both sides is not in this pink box, and I'll explain that in a moment. But let's go ahead and finish this up and put the y terms together as well. So I'm going to grab this 6y squared and the negative 24y. And I'm going to throw the 72 on the other side while I'm thinking about it. Over here I'm going to factor out a 6 as well. And since I've created 2 blanks on the left, I'm going to have to create 2 blanks on the right. But be careful, because when I take half of the middle term here, 3, and square it to get 9, I can't add 9 to the other side here. I actually have to add the whole quantity of what's being added to the side, which is 6 times 9. So I'm going to add 54 to this side. I'm going to look again here and try to add to both sides. Looks like it's similar. Half of negative 6 squared is still 9. 6 times 9 is still 54 more. So over here I have 6, x plus half the middle term, 3 quantity squared, plus 6, y minus 3, again half the middle term, quantity squared, is equal to 180. Whereas if I divide through every term by 6, I'll have x plus 3 quantity squared, y minus 3 quantity squared is equal to 30. So now I can see that the center of this is at negative 3, 3, and my radius would be the square root of 30. I think the problem also asked for intercepts. So if I want to go ahead and find the intercepts, I think I need to let x be 0 and let y be 0. So I'll continue on here. So to find a x-intercept, I'm going to let y be 0. And in doing so, I get x plus 3 quantity squared. In fact, let's go ahead and just multiply that out. So I'll square the first, twice the product, square the last. If this is a 0 in here, I'll square the negative 3 and get another 9. This is 18 here. I'm going to subtract off 30 for a negative 12, and I'm looking for factors of 12 that differ by 6. I don't think they exist, so I'm going to use the quadratic formula here. X is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac, all divided by 2a. I'm going to multiply all this out. So negative 6 plus or minus the square root of 84, which I believe divides by, I think I can go a 4 and 21. So this is negative 6 plus or minus 2 square roots of 21. again, all I did there was the square root of 4 is that 2. And then I cannot cancel part of a sum, but I can cancel everything through by 2. So half of negative 6, half of 2, and those are my x-intercepts. To find y-intercepts, I'll repeat the process. But this time, I'm repeating it for the y-intercept. So to find a y-intercept, I'm going to let x be 0. So I'll get 9. Square the first, twice the product, square the last. This looks like it's going to be exactly the same as before, but instead of a positive 6x, I think I'm going to end up with a negative 6, but everything else looks the same. So my answers, oops, instead of x, my y is going to be the same, but instead of the negative b term, I think I'm going to have the same answer, but instead of a negative 3, I think I'll end up with a positive 3. So 3 plus or minus the square root of 21. The process looks the same. I hope that's helpful.